going on, Jerome's? So, would have done this video a little bit earlier, but was out living my life, enjoying things. It's good times. But this actually might be a good thing, because if I recorded this right after the game, there would have been a lot of poop talking, right? And I do commiserate, because the Lions have been bad for a long time. And the good fans, the good fans that have put up with a lot of stuff, I mean, they deserve some success. But I feel like a lot of the terrible Lions fans, and every fan base has bad fans, but it's like the Eagles. It just seems like there's a larger portion of the Lions fan base, especially Johnny-come-latelys, especially fair weather fans, that are pretty unsavory. But it happens, man. So for them, F them. Straight into the sun. But the Lions lose 45-31 to the Commies. It's kind of glorious. Kind of good times. Down goes the 1 seed. Now, I do feel bad for Dan Campbell, because I do like and respect him. I think he's a great motivator of men, but this is missed opportunities, and I don't know if the Lions will even get back to this point again. All right, so yes, Lions going to pick up. Hello? Oh, it's Detroit. I got to take this. And also, one of the reasons why it's going to be over, because Ben Johnson, OC, Aaron Glenn, DC, likely getting head coaching jobs. But hey, at least Ben Johnson got to show off how smart he is. The quadruple reverse pass to Jameson Williams when you're down 10 in the fourth quarter. Hey, who do we trust to throw us back into this game? Jameson Williams. It's how little he thinks of Jared Goff, by the way. Right? And of course, I want to feel bad for Dan Campbell, except he jinxed both teams. The whole, see you in 2 weeks, brother. Yeah, down in Cancun. That's what's going to happen. And Campbell, I mean, a lot of people are making it like, okay, well, Kevin O'Connell has regular season wins, but he doesn't do anything in the postseason. What about Dan Campbell at this point? Joel Moran, Dan Campbell's 2 biggest games of his coaching career, blown 17-point lead in an NFC title game, about to lose as a 10-point favorite at home in a divisional round. Dan Campbell is an X's and O's coach and doesn't manage the game well either. He's a product of his coordinators, and he kind of is. Right, Ben Johnson putting together that great offense. Aaron Glenn is a great strategist, but the Lions defense just had way too many injuries this year. And also, here's what pisses me off. How did the Vikings score 9 against the Lions, and then the Commies score 45? And basically the Lions trotted out the same strategy, trying to stop Jaden Daniels, but damn it. Now I'm mad about Sam Darnold again, right? Also, the whole Jared Goff. How in the biggest game of the season do you throw 3 picks and then lose a fumble, including a pick 6, right? So Jared Goff is not the answer, right? Also, Jameson Williams out there throwing interceptions as well. But you know who was the answer? Jaden Daniels, throwing for 299, feeling fine, 2 touchdowns, also running for 51. Jaden Daniels is the freaking truth, man. And I cannot wait for Jaden Daniels and J.J. McCarthy to be the cream of the crop of the 2024 draft class. But what's amazing is that the Commies, I mean, this is kind of a rebuilding year for them as well. And Daniels out here just slinging that pill, and they're imposing their will. Dan Quinn's got that defense in a relatively good spot. And they're dangerous because they don't know what they don't know. And maybe this will be Dan Quinn's revenge for 28-3. Don't know. All right. And also, they have $100 million in cap space next offseason, so they can build a squad around Jaden Daniels. Plus, if you're T. Higgins, like 100% you want to play with Scary Terry and Jaden Daniels, right? Let's do that. Also, you know why Jaden Daniels is so good? Because you are the average of the 5 people you hang around with. That's right. LSU connection right there. On the other end of the spectrum. So I know a lot of people are saying, like, this is karmic retribution for the Lions and just, like, thumping their chest so much. But I feel like Amon-Ra is a great player. He doesn't have to continue this, there's so many receivers drafted above me shtick. It gets old. Also, he said this in 2022, talk about Diami Brown, who's drafted ahead of him in 2021. The Commanders, they got a guy before me over there. I believe his name is Diami Brown. Oh, just off the top of my head, I believe Diami Brown. Pride, North Carolina. I don't forget things like that. I see him across the sideline from where I'm standing during the game. I'm going to give every team hell. And then Diami had 6 for 98 on 8 targets. Some big time catches as well. And Amon-Ra, trust me, Amon-Ra is a great player. He doesn't need to do ish like this, or celebrating beating a 6-win 49ers team. Oh, we got revenge for last year. I actually do think that the 49ers, the Lions, expending so much mental capital and bandwidth on beating the 49ers week 17 for revenge, beating the Vikings week 18, that was their Super Bowl. They just came out flat against Washington. They were caught flat-footed. They really were. And I do think that there is something to be said about an emotional hangover, because the Lions had that over the last 2 games before Washington came in and blew their doors off. Now they joined the Packers as a 15-win teams not to win a playoff game. Also, apparently the NFC North, everyone said that this is the toughest division in NFL history. Maybe not. Maybe not. Because the Packers, the Lions, and the Vikings, it is what it is. All 3 of them 0-1, one and done in the playoffs. And maybe it's that, hey, we got to go 12-0 against the AFC South in the schedule rotation this year. We said this at the time. But now, hey, the updated meme holds true. Because Lions fans, I was going to include some picks of really sad Lions fans, but those are probably hardcore fans. And again, I do have empathy. So I'm glad that we didn't make this video 3 hours ago, because there would be so much poop talking. But, I mean, the Lions, they were all in on this season. Best season in franchise history, one and done in the playoffs. The Vikings, effed around with Sam Darnold in a rebuild year, one done in the playoffs. Sort of is what it is. But feels rough to say, but the Lions Super Bowl window is closed. It's slammed shut. And you look at the 49ers, Super Bowl windows can open and they can close like that. So you got Ben Johnson, the offensive genius, so-called offensive genius. He's leaving for a head coaching job, probably the Raiders. You got Aaron Glenn leaving. He's got the inside track for the Saints job. Is in high demand everywhere else as well. And Dan Campbell's on his own. And now, yes, you can look internally, try and find some more assistants to rise on up, but that's not a guarantee, right? And Campbell, he is great at the rah-rah motivational speech, sound bites, biting kneecaps and all that stuff. But in terms of X's and O's, in terms of managing the game, I mean, managing the game is more than just going for it on every 4th down, right? I don't think that he's sharp in that regard, and I don't think that he's going to improve markedly in any way, shape, or form. Also, they do have upcoming cap crunch. They got $56 million in space in 2025, which is not bad, but Aiden Hutchinson is eligible for an extension coming off that injury. Jameson Williams, if they want to keep him. Dirty Kirby Joseph. Hey, I was told that Dirty Kirby Joseph was an all-pro, so he should probably hold out for like $18 million per year. He should probably hold out for Antoine Winfield Jr. money. Is that it? And then also, I mean, this is what happens when you draft well. It's a good problem to have, but next offseason, Jahmyr Gibbs, who is quickly becoming the best running back in the league, Campbell, Laporta, not Dan Campbell, you know what I mean, Jack Campbell, linebacker from Iowa, and also Brian Branch are eligible for extension in 2026. So there's going to be some money that's spread around, right? And also, apparently the Lions are the only team where the salary cap doesn't count. Who knew? And also, Jared Goff is clearly not the guy. He is just not the guy, and you're paying him $53 million per year. Plus, he's on the wrong side of 30, and it's going to be a spot. It's kind of like where the Vikings were with Kirk Cousins, where he's good enough to get you where you kind of want to be, but the price tag is high, and you're afraid that you can't find a better man. That's what it is, man. But, hey, at least the Lions have had success for 2 years, and season ticket costs will go up. Well, they went up 33% last year. They'll go up even more this year. And then the Lions will slide back into mediocrity, and they'll just have expensive tickets and be like, hey, we won the division twice. Something like that. Yeah, but either way, I want the Rams to win on Sunday, because that was the only thing that I wanted after the Vikings were eliminated. The Lions don't win the Super Bowl. Check. The Eagles don't win the Super Bowl. Check. That's it. I don't even care at this point. Well, maybe not the Chiefs anymore. Yeah, but whatever. But I do think that the Lions are looking for a long slide. And losing the coordinators is huge. Having to pay their guys is also a huge factor as well. So I think that this was peak for the Lions. And I actually had a wager after last season that I got 10-1 in the next 5 years that the Lions won't return to the NFC title game. So this is year 1. Got 4 more years to fade. I kind of like where I am. Man. But your thoughts are thoughts. Lions. Let us know your thoughts. Comment section. You guys know what to do. Skull production value.